scar on his forehead forced a permanently raised eyebrow, as if always asking a question. His chin was clean-shaven, but his mustache was bushy and ragged. Sam ambled slowly up to the bar. Next to the faded portrait of a rotund, brown-skinned lady, draped in nearly transparent gauze, a sign read, "Whiskey, 10 cents. Water, 25 cents. The bartender sponged the sweat off his forehead with a flour sack towel. Then he used it to wipe the glass in his hand. "I didn't hear you right up, mister. What can I get you?" Sam studied the four at the card table. They, in turn, surveyed him. "I had a friend that said he might leave a message here for me." "What's your friend's name?" the bartender asked. "Lafayette Wilson." "He's dead." The bartender slapped the glass upside down, next to several others. "Some old gal up in Hayes County shot him 12 times in the back. Can you imagine that? 12 shots in the middle of the back?" Sam brushed his mostly gray mustache, then slid his fingers down his narrow chin. "I reckon he didn't leave me a message, then." The bartender, reeking of sweat, whiskey, and onions, leaned closer. "I don't know. What name do you go by?" Sam heard shouts from upstairs. Several bullet holes punctured the unpainted planked ceiling. The holes were old, and he couldn't tell if they'd been made by firing up or down. "I said, what name do you go by?" Sam stared into the man's coal-black eyes. "Sam Fortune." The bartender took a step back. "The outlaw? I heard you was in jail." The two men at the bar eyed Sam, slapped coins on the counter, and lumbered out the front door. "I was." Sam watched the two depart, but kept an eye on the four men in the corner. "But I'm out now." "You escape?" Fortune's right hand rested on the walnut grip of his Colt .44 revolver. "Why do you ask?" The bartender again wiped the sweat off his round face with the towel, leaving a clean streak across his cheek. "You're right. Ain't none of my business. But there's a woman upstairs who claims to know you. I heard her say that. Maybe she has a message." "What's her name?" "Ladosa." The image of a very short, black-haired woman with long braids and riding boots up to her knees flashed in Fortune's mind. "What room is she in?" The bartender held up a large, puffy hand. "She's busy right now, but she should be down pretty soon. You want the dime whiskey or the 2-bit whiskey?" "Neither." Sam surveyed the comely woman on the painting behind the bar. "I'd like something to eat." "It's midnight. Why would you want that?" The bartender wiped his nose on the towel. "'Cause I'm hungry." Sam studied the worn brass rail of the bar. Half a pair of handcuffs were still fastened to it. The bartender peered at the wood stove at the end of the bar and waved his hand. "I can give you a fried beef chop and some beans for 2 bits. Fortune spied several flies buzzing around a slab of dark red, almost black meat on a chopping block by the stove. "Is the meat spoiled?" The man shrugged. "Just a little." "Then fry it extra done, and give me 2 plates full and a cup of coffee." The bartender surveyed the open front door. "You expecting company?" "Either that or I'm very hungry." The bartender shooed the flies with a sweep of his hand and sliced the meat. He waved the knife toward the corner table. "You want in on that poker game?" "No, they haven't dealt a hand since I walked in. It's too slow a game for me." The big man leaned over toward Sam. "I reckon they can't figure out whether to shake your hand or shoot you in the back. They ain't got a full cup of brains among the lot of 'em. You want whiskey?" "Just that coffee." "Help yourself, but it's getting a little rancid. I ought to wash that pot one of these weeks." Fortune poured himself a tin cup of steaming, black, lumpy liquid, then strolled to the open doorway. One hand rested on the grip of his revolver. "They don't have the nerve to shoot me in the back," he thought. "At least, not yet." He pulled off his hat with his right hand and took a sip of coffee. Without glancing into the darkness beyond the doorway, he replaced his felt hat and meandered over to the big woman who stood behind the faro table. The man with the black beard still sprawled on his